This Transformers 96 here with another video talking about a newly shown Marvel Legends product, which is the full announcement, the full wave for the Marvel Knights, or the Defenders wave, whatever you'd like to call it. Not only is this nice to see all the figures in package, but we do get to see the last two figures for the first time. They have been confirmed before, but we haven't seen them before. And then we also get the Build-A-Figure, which we haven't seen, and I believe there was rumors of that he would be the Build-A-Figure, but I don't think that it had been officially confirmed before. So this is very exciting. This is a very highly anticipated wave by just about everybody, including myself, and I'm here to talk about it. So let's get started. I will go into depth with all of these characters. Let me just start off with the characters that we've already seen before, but now we do have them in package. Alright, we have Daredevil as well as Elektra. Obviously, these are from the Marvel Knights shows on Netflix. This is very cool. This is obviously Daredevil in his season 2 costume, which is, you know, more comic-y, like I would say. It does look very nice, though. I think that the figure itself does look very good. Has great detail in the suit, especially while it's been on display at Comic-Cons and things. You can see that there's really nice detail in the suit. The head sculpt, I think, looks pretty decent. You know, for Marvel Legends scale, it looks good at least. He comes with those two kind of like baton pieces, the nunchuck type of things, which look nice. I believe that they can plug into each other based on the fact that one seems to be sticking out a bit further. He comes with a pair of hands to hold them, as well as a pair of fists. I would have liked a Matt Murdock head sculpt, though. I think that's something that definitely could have been included, and I'm surprised that it's actually not included, because everybody else seems to be pretty well stocked with accessories, but definitely missing that with Daredevil. Then Elektra. Elektra looks great. I am very happy that she does come with an unmasked head sculpt, which I think is very good. She looks really good, too. Like, the head sculpt itself, I think that's a strong head sculpt for the scale. Looks very nice. She obviously comes with her two signature weapons, and obviously Daredevil comes with the head for the Build-A-Figure, and Elektra will come with one of the legs. Again, more figures that we've already seen, and again from the Marvel Netflix shows, we have the Punisher, which looks very nice. He comes with a pistol, as well as a more heavy-duty machine gun. I believe that machine gun's been reused before. The pistol, I don't necessarily recognize, but I'd be very surprised if they made a completely new one for him. But he does look very nice. I think that his head sculpt has kind of gone back and forth, whether it's looked good or not, and I think that it's settled in an area where it looks pretty solid, you know, not like an incredible, but it looks solid. And obviously it's a completely new sculpt, which is great. Jessica Jones, she looks fantastic. I think that her head sculpt has gotten a bit worse since we first saw it, like a year or so ago. But it still looks good. I do still like it. I like her jacket and her jeans. Love the way that the jeans are weathered. That looks wonderful. I hope that the final product, when we get it in our hands, looks that good. So I definitely like that quite a lot. She doesn't come with any accessories. However, I can't think of any accessories that she would come with, so I'm fine with that. Punisher comes with an arm, and she comes with the torso for the Build-A-Figure. And then the last two figures are a little bit more interesting, because although we knew that Blade and Bullseye would be finishing out the assortment, we haven't seen them yet. So this is our first reveal of the figures. So, going over Blade to start with, I think this looks like a really solid figure. Personally, I'm not a fan of Blade. It's just, I don't like vampire hunters in a comic book universe, because I don't know, I feel like vampires aren't comic book things. They're more horror. So I'm not a big fan of his character. I never have been. However, the figure itself I think does look very cool. I think that it looks like a completely new mold. Even the arms and everything, because those look like kind of veins in his in the sculpt there. So that does look new. Looks like he's wearing some armor too, which is very cool. I like the stakes, how they're on the belt around his torso. I think that looks very neat. And the head sculpts, he comes with two. Unfortunately, they have the same expression. It would have been nice if they had different expressions, and they seem to be identical other than the hair. So I'm not quite sure if just he was drawn with hair at some points, and some points he wasn't, which is why they're giving you both of their looks, or what the deal with that is. Again, I'm not a big fan of Blade, so I don't know much about him. His sword does seem to be reused from Deadpool, obviously repainted though, and he comes with a leg for the Build-A-Figure. And then Bullseye I'm very excited about. I did mention before when I made a video about what this wave could be, I said that Bullseye could be a really exciting figure, or it could be a very plain figure, depending on what they do as far as accessories are concerned. And they have not disappointed. They have they've given him a perfect amount of accessories, everything that I could have wanted, which is great. He comes with a standard head sculpt, which has a big smile, which very much fits the character, which I really love. And then he comes with an unmasked head sculpt with a scream, which I think is great as well. He comes with multiple hands, one of which has blades attached to it like he's throwing them, which I think is fantastic. I absolutely love that hand. He comes with a gun, which is reused, and a knife, which I believe is reused. The only thing that I could have wanted him to come with are poker cards. You know, he uses those as weapons often, so it would have been nice if he came with him, and I'm pretty surprised that he doesn't actually. But other than that, I think that he looks fantastic, and I'm very much looking forward to Bullseye. He comes with an arm to the Build-A-Figure. Now, talking about the Build-A-Figure. The Build-A-Figure is obviously ManThing, which is very unique, and when this wave was first announced, I wouldn't have expected him to be the Build-A-Figure. I'm sure that he fits in some way with this wave, but personally, I don't really see a big connection. I don't know a whole lot about the character himself. I know that he's like he was a professor I believe that he was like actually a child of like a god from the forest or whatnot. I don't know, but anyway, he's a character that I don't know a ton about. I do like the look of him. I think he's very unique looking, and I love the fact that he is a completely new mold. I don't think any of this has been reused. Obviously, it's so unique, and what's cool is it's so unique that I don't think that they can reuse it again. So it is nice to see them making a new mold specifically for one figure. I think that's very cool. The figure itself does look great, and the articulation does seem to be pretty fantastic, with just about your standard Marvel Legends amount of articulation. And even though he's a big figure, he still has double hinge knees, but he only has single hinge elbows. But overall, I think the articulation is very nice there, and I think that the head sculpt looks very cool. You will notice that there's a big difference between the coloring on the professional image of ManThing compared to the pieces in the boxes. The pieces in the boxes are much darker, and they don't have as much light kind of pieces splashed into it, which I actually think might look a little bit better. I think that the paint on the pieces themselves in the box, I think, looks slightly better than the one in the promotional image. I think the promotional image one looks a little too busy as far as color is concerned. So I do think, you know, that the regular release, the pieces in the box here, I think that they look a bit better because they do still have that highlighting, but it's not as an extreme degree as the one that we have here at the right. So I do think that the final product is going to look a little bit better, and I like the color of his eyes are red, but they're very dark red in Daredevil's box, which I think looks very cool. So I'm excited for this Build-A-Figure. I'm disappointed in some degree as to the character, because I was hoping that Kingpin would be the Build-A-Figure here. He's the obvious choice for a Build-A-Figure of this wave, so it is surprising to see that he's not the Build-A-Figure and instead ManThing is. People have been wanting a Kingpin wave or Kingpin Build-A-Figure for so long now, and you know, obviously we could get him in a Spider-Man wave, but it's just not been happening. So it's very surprising that when we finally have a wave that he would fit like perfectly in, we still don't get him. So that's disappointing. I am very happy though that the Build-A-Figure is large, and you only need 6 figures to complete him. That's the way that I think Build-A-Figure should be, and that's the way that I want it. I know, I've gotten a lot of flack from people pushing back about that Hasbro has been that Hasbro, didn't do anything wrong with their last Build-A-Figures, and I don't agree. I think that Hasbro really cheaped out, and it was unnecessary to make Mantis the Build-A-Figure of the Guardians of the Galaxy wave, and to make just his wings, Vulture's wings, the Build-A-Figure of the Spider-Man wave. I think that those are ridiculous, and I really dislike them doing that. So this is the kind of thing I like. A somewhat bizarre character that's really intricate and that's very large, being the Build-A-Figure of a wave where you need 6 figures to complete him. That's the way I think it should be, and I think that they should stick with that formula. So for the fact that we're kind of back to that, I am very happy about. But yeah, I'm overall very excited for this wave. I'm excited for every single one of these figures, even the Build-A-Figure. Blade is really the only one that I'm not excited for, but that's purely because of the character. The figure itself looks very nice. I think this is going to be a super popular wave, and I would imagine Daredevil and maybe Punisher and Jessica Jones will be very difficult to find, although I think the entire wave is going to be difficult to find. So hopefully this will be coming out soon, and I cannot wait to complete it. Let me know what you guys think of the figures in this wave and what you think of the Build-A-Figure. Thanks so much for watching.